What an exciting one out in Indianapolis. Chris Sheeran, Rebecca Lobo back here in our Yes Network studios to break this one down on the Brooklyn Nets postgame show. A 136-133 win for this undermanned Brooklyn squad, and it came down to rebounds.
Well, first of all, clearly it's time for Brooklyn to change their starting lineup for good. After this performance, it was all about the offensive glass. It was an incredible performance by Brooklyn because they didn't shoot as well as the Pacers. The turnovers evened out. They didn't make as many threes, pretty even at the free throw line. They just had so many more attempts because of their energy on the offensive glass.
Yeah, second chance points, offensive rebounds. That's what got the Nets the win in this game for sure. But Cam Thomas off the bench was also huge with a career best 33 points.
Yeah, Cam Thomas was terrific. And when Brooklyn needed to get some offense going and they needed to create for themselves, he is the guy to do it. He can step into a catch-and-shoot three, but he really thrives when he puts the ball on the deck. We saw floaters. We saw him finishing near the rim here, offensive board, and able to put it in. He was really important when they needed a guy who could create for himself 3-4 times through the legs there and then get into the lane. Just vitally important to this victory.
Yeah, 33 points in 29 minutes. Shot 13 of 20 from the field, 3 of 3 from downtown. Also got to the free throw line as well, as you see right there. Made 4 of his 6 attempts, but more importantly,
didn't play in the third quarter.
Right, didn't play in the third. He made sure everybody knew he had those 3 fouls. He didn't play in the third quarter, but in that fourth quarter, he drops 21 of his 33.
Yeah, I mean, he really came through big time in the fourth quarter. And just quickly, shout out Markieff Morris, and Ryan Rucco mentioned it. That was such a heads-up play because Cam Thomas had the ball, and he looked like a guy at the end of the game who's holding on to the ball so he can get fouled and get to the free throw line, not having that internal 8-second clock in his head, and then Markieff did, and he was able to get it over, and that could have been a game-saving play.
35 is more than 33, Rebecca. So, yeah,
Good point.
If he got to the line again, he would have increased his total. How about Tyrese Halliburton? The Nets were trying to slow him down all night long. He scores 35. I mean, you watch this guy play, as we mentioned him in the pregame show. In just his third year, you've seen the leaps and strides he's taken.
The incredible efficiency was what was so eye-opening in this game and so impressive in this game because his 35 points came on 12 of 15, 7 of 8 from 3. And yes, some of them from the three-point line were wide open. He also created for himself. Yeah, he's so good at slicing into the lane, getting to the hoop, and as we know, he leads the league in assists, so he's certainly not a guy who's going to miss teammates when they're open, but just kind of dancing with the basketball, and he's got a little bit of a funky release on his shot and the way he turns, and that helped him late in the game when they were getting the fouls on his three-point shot, but he was really impressive.
Yeah, you brought up his funky release point as you see his numbers there. I got to ask you, if you're up on him, if you're manned up on him, how does he get that shot off? He really can. He brings it from kind of his chest.
Well, what's really hard when you're defending a guy like him is that you can't get completely up on him because he's so good at putting the ball on the deck, and he's really good off the ball screen as well. We saw him in the first half hit a 3 just coming off a quick ball screen and getting his feet set.
Yeah, but we saw all night long the Nets would maybe get lost in a switch, and Halliburton was left wide open for a 3, and as you mentioned, 7 of 8 from deep.
Yeah, Halliburton and a number of the other players. That was the one area for Brooklyn in this game. Their defense struggled at times. You know, too many open looks, but their energy made up for it. We talked about it in the pregame that sometimes, you know, your schemes, guys who aren't used to playing together, things are going to be a little bit different, and you just have to scramble and use energy to make up for it, and they did on the offensive glass.
8 guys not available for the Nets tonight. Just 9 guys available.
They clearly don't need them.
For shot one. Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, again, not playing tonight. And you said it was going to be a collective effort. 4 Nets players, 20 or more points, and they really came together in that fourth quarter.
And guys who don't play a ton of minutes. I mean, Day'Ron Sharpe was outstanding. 20 points, 12 boards. 9 of his boards were on the offensive end. He was a big part of their dominance on the offensive glass. We talked about Morris, Patty Mills. Those are the 2 guys that Jacques Vaughn talked about at the beginning of the game, his veterans needing to step up and show leadership. They were able to do that. And, of course, Cam Thomas. There's nothing he likes more than being asked to score and asked to shoot. shoot.
Yeah.
And that's what they needed from him tonight in the role that he was in, so he was able to thrive.
And off the bench as well, he puts in 33 points. All right, Rebecca and I are going to step aside, take our first break here on the post-game show. When we come back, we will hear from the Nets head coach Jacques Vaughn, get his thoughts on this exciting and scintillating three-point win over the Pacers. We'll also get full game highlights of this one as the Nets tie the season series between themselves and Indy. We'll also get some player reaction from Megan Triplett as well. It's all coming up straight ahead right here on Yes. And Hofstra will face the University of Massachusetts at 7 o'clock. Chris Sheeran back here in our Yes Network studios. The Nets win 136-133 over the Indiana Pacers. They even their season series against Indy with the incredible come-from-behind victory tonight. Their biggest come-from-behind victory of the season. They were down by as many as 14. Moments ago, Jacques Vaughn had some thoughts. Coach, your reaction.
Oh, man. How about that?
Jacques, well, you started with how about that? What did you see from this game, and what did you tell your guys after this win?
Yeah, so a few things. We talked about it before the game that we came here to get a win, and that was the goal of today. And really praised Markieff and Patty for their leadership, guiding that group out there, making big plays across the board. A lot of guys stepped up. We needed everybody, every minute worth, and unbelievable effort. Our game plan, was challenged at the beginning of the game. Jalen Smith makes 2 threes, and instead of us questioning the game plan, we stayed steadfast and believed in what we were trying to do for the course of the night. They made runs. We made runs back at them, but I really felt that we thought we were going to win the entire night, which is a good feeling.
And last night, you were smiling about the offensive rebounding. 29 offensive rebounds. What does it say about this group?
We created a monster, Megan. Created a monster. Off of free throws, across the board. But you look at it, part of our Achilles heel is sometimes at the end of the night, a team has 7, 10, 12 more shots than us. So to look now on the stat sheet and see we have 15 more shots than the other team, there's something to it. I think we had some guys who really are pretty good at it, whether it's Kez or Utah or Dayron are pretty good at being around the basketball. Maybe we need to revisit our strategy a little bit.
You talked about strategy. You're down 14. Obviously it's tough to switch when you're missing switchable defenders.
Yeah.
You guys haven't really dropped in years, it seems like. So could you just talk about the effectiveness of that zone with Cass out in front?
Yeah, so we really saved it, Brian. We didn't want to give it to them before halftime so they could adjust to it at halftime. So we kept it in our back pocket and a little bit of a surprise attack and gave us some legs a little bit, slowed them down, kept us in front of the basketball, and we were actually able to rebound out of it, which a lot of times that's the challenge of zone. And then we mixed it up on them when they went to their zone package. We were able to go zone to man, back to zone, back to man, and create a little bit of agitation for them. We wanted to be the aggressors, and the zone allowed us to do that.
And you talk about having a weapon. What Cam did in the fourth quarter, I think, maybe like 19 or 18. What he
It's a great feeling. Like he didn't play the third, and had no thought that he wasn't going to get busy and go at it in the fourth quarter. Like that's just who he is, and we're able to play him in pick and roll, pin downs. And then we just went, go get a bucket, ISO. We're not going to turn it over in that situation. I think he's going to get us a good look. Good free throw shooter. And then he does have the ability to pass the ball and play make. So we're going to keep growing with him and keep challenging him. But we know we have someone that at the end of the day can get a bucket.
Jacques, what is it about him that allows that confidence level to be so high no matter what's going on?
Well, the great thing, he exudes it. I think he works on his game, for one. I've always felt that some encouragement to him, guiding him in the right direction, believing him is huge. And, I said to him yesterday that you're probably going to get a lot of minutes tonight. It turned out to be that way. I have full trust that he's going to make plays, and I think that goes a long ways with guys.
We've talked ad nauseum about the offensive rebounding. That's what every Day does. That's probably his greatest attribute. his
Yeah.
offensive rebound. Is he making a case, stating a case to get more time, considering the struggles you guys have had in offensive rebound?
Yeah, Brian, I think what he is doing is, and I tell him, you just want to be on the minds of the coaches of when they're thinking about who we're going to put in, you want to be in that sentence. And he's there. What he does, I think, which helped him in this game was the offensive rebounds compared to the fouling. And so I think he was in a great position tonight. He got a couple fouls called against him that were pretty tough, but he's learning how to be in the right place. So that balance of him bringing us offensive rebounds, also protecting the rim and being an enforcer for us on the defensive end of the floor. So good balance, but great growth from him.
And speaking of growth, Daron Sharp and what he was able to do, not just offensively, but also getting those offensive rebounds on both ends of the court, really.
You know, we challenged him tonight to help our paint, to come over, and you saw him make plays at the rim, block shots, just be a deterrent, be vertical at the rim for us. He's a guy that can communicate, and when you have a backline defender who can communicate, that's pretty impressive. He's a young dude. He's still learning the speed and where to be, and for us to throw different things at him tonight, and for him not to get flustered and have poise was great to see.
You mentioned the other night about you challenging a team to stay ready and like whoever out there being able to contribute. When you see a night like this, I would imagine they've accepted that challenge and you're pleased.
This is it. This is it right here, Megan. It is proof that being a teammate, staying ready, keeping your skills current, no matter what the situation is huge. Being able to be called on the day of a game when a player is ruled out, being able to fill in, to start, to not play for 5 games, to be able to still produce. It's what you sign up for. I'm going to keep holding these guys to that standard and hold them accountable to being ready to play.
Thanks, JV. We have Cam.
Oh, Nick, go ahead, Nick. You go ahead. At the group?
Yeah. Everybody looked at
Yeah. Yeah, I think overall the mindset before the game, there was no hesitation that we came here to win. And I think it's a huge part of when I talk about momentum and belief, and you believe you have a chance to win the game, which I thought we did, that goes a long way. So even in the huddle, I felt guys had a calmness about them that we were going to be able to produce at the end of this game. And like I said, you give a lot of credit to the 2 vets, and Patty and Keith, and really keeping our group together, whether it was talking through the zone, whether it was Patty hitting big shots after offensive rebound. Okay, guys.
Rebecca, at the 6:24 mark of the 3rd quarter, the Nets trailed 94-80. From that point until the end of the game, they outscored the Pacers 56-39 to win this game by 3.
And that time frame coincides right with when the Nets went to the zone. And you heard Jacques Vaughn talking about it in this post-game presser. By the way, how likable is this dude? Right? You can understand why his players enjoy playing for him. But he goes to the zone in the 3rd quarter, and it changes things up. And it changes the tone of the game. They were down 12 when he went to the zone. And what's interesting to me is he's talking about it in the presser. We waited until after the half, so they couldn't adjust to it. And it makes me think of 2 games ago against Charlotte, where they waited until the last 5 minutes of the game to go with the small lineup with the Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving 1-5 pick and roll that they went to over and over and over again. So he's a coach who saves things so that in close games, or in this case, a double-digit game, he can change things up a little bit and see if it'll change the tone of the game. And it did a couple of games ago against Charlotte, and it did here again tonight.
It's like a boxer going from orthodox to southpaw in the middle of the fight. The final stats from the Nets and Pacers include our keys to the game: offensive rebounds and points in the paint. The Nets hauled in 29 offensive boards, their most in a game in almost 2.5 decades, by the way. Indiana had just 7, and that helped edge Brooklyn, outscore the Pacers in the paint 72-42. The Nets, season best for offensive rebounds tonight, 14. They had those 29. Second chance points, their high was 21. They had 37 tonight. And a big part of that, and we heard Jacques Vaughn talk about it, was Daron Sharp.
Yeah, Daron Sharp was terrific, terrific, keeping basketballs alive, just being a really big, strong presence inside. Yuta Watanabe also got on the offensive glass. And another stat that is interesting to me tonight, and I think it's primarily because Kevin Durant was not playing, is that the Brooklyn Nets are usually a high assist percentage team. On the season, they're 6th in the league. At just under 64% of their baskets are assisted. And that's because Kevin Durant gets double-teamed, and they pass out of that double team. And whether it's his assist or somebody else's, you get the defense to shift. Well, the lineup that played tonight, there's no guys that really command a double team. So what happens? You need more breaking guys down one-on-one. That's where Cam Thomas can really excel. So their assists are down tonight, and I think it's a direct reflection of Kevin Durant not being on the floor.
And it's funny you mentioned Cam Thomas, because when we come back after this break, we heard from Cam Thomas once. We're going to hear from him
Did he play
again.
in the third quarter?
He did not. He had those 3 fouls, Rebecca. You heard him say that. He did not play in the third, but oh boy, did he play in the fourth. 21 points for Cam in the fourth quarter, leading the Nets to a 3-point victory. We're back with more right after this. Chris Sheeran, Rebecca Lobo back here in our ES Network studios on the Brooklyn Nets postgame show. The Nets pull off a scintillating victory out in Indiana against the Pacers to even their season series at 2 games apiece. 136-133 the final, and now we're going to show you the entire game highlights, the Cliff Notes version, if you will. In the first, Nets in transition. Patty Mills with the steal, hits Edmund Sumner, finishes with the layup. Nets up 13-9 early. 2 minutes later, Sumner had a great first quarter, Rebecca.
Yeah, the Brooklyn Nets did such a good job converting their defense to offense in that first quarter. A lot of points off turnovers.
And it was like Edmund Sumner against Tyrese Halliburton in that first half. Halliburton there finishes. Yuta Watanabe, first game back since missing 10 with that hamstring injury, gets that one to fall. And then T.J. McConnell finds Andrew Nembhard, who drives hard to the basket. Then McConnell steals the inbounds, and a few minutes later, Benedict Mathurin finds Miles Turner. He puts it in. Tied at 53 now. Sumner, coast to coast. Do you think he was a little inspired playing back in Indiana?
He was just in attack mode, certainly going against his old team, and he did a really good job in that first half, leading the charge for Brooklyn.
Halliburton pulls up, hits that 3 there. Seconds later, after a steal by McConnell, feeds it to Mathurin for the layup. He gets fouled. Pacers up 9 after the free throw. Third quarter, Sumner misses the layup, gets his own rebound, finds Mills in the corner. Patty Mills hit some big shots tonight.
I mean, and that was the story of the game for Brooklyn, was those second chances, getting the offensive board, and then kickouts for threes or just other second looks.
Jalen Smith finishes with the slam off transition there. Pacers on the run. Halliburton dribbles, pulls up, sinks the three-pointer. That's what we were talking about, getting lost.
Might want to guard him.
Yeah, a little bit. 4 minutes left in the quarter. Kessler Edwards steals it away from Halliburton, drives down the lane for the slam. Nets trail by 8. Less than 30 seconds left in the third. Pacers off the steal. Neesmith throws it down. Pacers up by 5 after 3. In the fourth, David Duke gets to the basket, puts it in with the left. Nets tied at 105. A couple minutes later, here comes Nembhard, finds a cutting Miles Turner. He throws it down. Pacers up by 6. Halliburton finds Turner here. Knocks down a 3. How about that? Nets down 117-108, just over 7 minutes to go.
I mean, there were multiple times that they were down double digits and continued to fight back and continued to fight back. Nice balance between their vets like Patty Mills and their young guys coming through to play.
Watanabe misses the free throw, gets his own board. That was a theme tonight. Feeds it to Mills, sinks another big shot. Nets up by 4, under a minute left. Nets moving the ball around. Cam Thomas drives in, gets the floater to drop, putting the Nets up 8, and then Ed Sumner hits the free throw here. Nets with a 3-point lead, and here comes Halliburton. Last chance saloon for Nembhard. No good, off the mark. The Nets win it 136-133. Just an unbelievable come-from-behind victory. They trailed by as many as 14 with 6:24 left in the third quarter. Halliburton, he got his. 35 points, 7 of 8 from downtown. And 8 Nets players out once again, and the 29 offensive rebounds, the most since January 19th, 98 against the Spurs, when the team had 30. The game summary brought to you by Infinity. We promised you more Cam Thomas. Here he is.
Cam, how did you guys do it?
Shit, we play hard. We stay together. We weren't really worried about who was out. When they said who was out, we was like, okay, we're gonna play ball. you know, we're pros too. We can play with them. So we just wanted to come out and play hard, and we got the win.
For you, Jock was just in here talking about even while you weren't playing in the third, you still had no doubt that you were going to get your opportunity in the fourth. I guess could you just talk about the feeling that you got into and the flow of the offense in the fourth, where I think you might have 21 in the fourth?
Yeah, just staying ready, knowing that my opportunity would probably come in the fourth. I had 3 fouls going, 3 fouls in the first half, so I guess they wanted to save me. I don't know, but I just wanted to stay ready and give my chance, give my team the chance to win, and that was the main thing, just giving us a chance to win down the stretch, and I feel like we did that, and we got the win, thank God.
Jock mentioned that he has told you that he has trust in you. What does that do for you? What does that mean to you to have so much trust in the coaching staff?
Oh, it means everything. When your coach trusts you and the coaching staff trusts you, you play more freely. You go out there, play hard, play real hard. So really I'm just glad that I got the trust from the coaching staff, and, that helps me a lot. So, thank you to those guys for trusting me.
There's so much emphasis on the glass.
Yeah.
Did you ever expect a number like that, 29 offensive rebounds, especially with a season where there's been so many conversations about the rebounding battle?
Yeah, no, not really, but, we're small. We're a small team, so, it happens. So, got to put a body on people and just box them out. We can try the best we can. We're a small team, but, we just got to fight, have heart, and, eventually it'll turn around for us.
What did you see from guys like Dayron and Kessler, David Duke Jr.? I know that they spent some time with the Long Island Nets, but to see that growth, what did you see from them tonight?
Yeah, I seen a lot. Those guys were hungry. They were ready. When they got their chance, they played real well. I felt like, Dayron had a double-double. I expect that out of him every time. Didi played great defense, great finishes around the rim, and Kess, almost a double-double, I think, or he had one, I don't know. But, I'm just proud of those guys, because we all came in together, so we all have a good feel for each other. So, I'm just happy for every single one of those guys.
Could you just talk about the zone? I mean, obviously you weren't out there for a portion of it, but talk about how that kind of got you guys back into the game in the third quarter, maybe.
We got to try something. I mean, we small. We small. We got to try something. We can't just keep, switching 1 through 5 and getting rolled down by miles. It's a mismatch. So, we got to try something. So, thanks to coach, just trying different stuff. I think we did a full court press, too, one time in the first half. So, that's what it's all about. You have your main guys out. You got to try stuff. Just bring stuff out the bag. Thank God it worked for us. The zone worked for us in the third, fourth quarter. It really got us into the game, got us into the flow, got them to take some real tough shots. So, I feel like that was a real great adjustment on Coach's part.
Look at the fourth quarter shot chart for Cam Thomas here. 8 of 11 from the field, 21 points and 2 of 2 from downtown. For the game, Rebecca, he was 13 for 20 and those 33 points, a career high. But just the fourth quarter really showed up, as you just heard him say. They were potentially saving him for the fourth because he had those 3 fouls, but he did come through for the Nets tonight in a big fashion.
And you have to give this young man a lot of credit. There's been a number of DNPs on the season, including recently, and I'm sure he wants to be playing more. And he gets that opportunity tonight, and he absolutely makes the most of it. And especially in the fourth quarter, in a game that mattered, that was close, he was able to take the reins and give them what they needed, which is a guy who can create his own shot.
And you talked about Jacques Vaughn and how guys must really want to play for him, run through a brick wall for him. He said he's not a big fan of the next man up. He's a fan of the stay ready, and that's exactly what Cam Thomas had to do today.
And talking about how he tells his players, including Cam Thomas, I have confidence in you.
Right.
And especially for a young player, when you're not getting the minutes that you're hoping to be getting, to continue to hear that from your coach, I believe in you, it's just there's other guys ahead of you. I believe in you, this just wasn't the right matchup for you. Whatever those conversations that are being had are vitally important to help a young player stay ready for these moments.
Career high 33 for Thomas tonight. Rebecca and I are going to step aside once again, take another break here on the Brooklyn Nets postgame show. We have more. When we come back, we'll go around the league, check out some highlights. The Clippers are in action, and some other teams as well. We'll bring you those highlights next, right after this. Chris here and Rebecca Lobo back here in our Yes Network studios. The Nets win 136-133 over the Pacers tonight. It was offensive rebounds for the Nets. 29 offensive rebounds leading to 37 points, both tremendous season highs for them. And Day'Ron Sharpe was one of the main reasons the Nets enjoyed that, Rebecca, and he tied a career high in points with 20.
Yeah, he was such an important piece for Brooklyn tonight. 20 points, 12 boards, and 9 of those boards were on the offensive end. He set the tone, kept the ball alive, and was just a good big body presence inside for Brooklyn. And it's such a nice thing to see, because if you look at Brooklyn when they're completely healthy, that's the one piece you think that they might be missing, is a big-bodied big, and he is that, and just came out ready to play. That was a beautiful dunk there. 2 blocks on the night as well. So last 5 games, he has combined for a total of 8 minutes, and tonight he just came out and just played.
And you heard Jacques Vaughn earlier as well say he's still growing, but he's going in the right direction. 20 points tonight, those 12 rebounds, as Rebecca mentioned, 9 on the offensive end, most by a Net since 2019 when Jarrett Allen did that moments ago. Day met the media.
Day, what gave you guys such confidence that you could win this? I mean, you see all the players that are out. People might have taken you guys lightly. What gave you guys in that locker room confidence you're going to win tonight?
You know, personally, I feel like if you're in the NBA, you're in the NBA for a reason. So, you know, we all NBA players. We all play basketball. You know, just because we're young, you know, guys tend to look down to us. Just because we ain't playing on the court, a lot of times guys tend to look down to us. But, you know, we did this last year, too. You know, when everybody went out with COVID, and it was just us and KD. You know, the young guys stepped up again, and we did the same thing tonight. I just feel like our young group is special. You know, we had good vets on the court to help us out. Patty, Keith, Edmund, you know, so just all put together, and we had a great game plan, too, from the coaching staff, so to help us win the game tonight.
Day'Ron, what kind of confidence boost does it give you all to win without Kevin, Kyrie, and you guys on top?
I would say, like, I feel like we already got the confidence, you know. It's all about opportunity and just being ready. And tonight was all our opportunity, and just stay ready. You know, show the Brooklyn team that, you know, even though guys do go down, you still got the young guys that can come in, help out, and step up.
You talk about opportunity. I mean, so much has been made of the offensive rebounding on this team. That's probably your greatest strength.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what kind of a boost is it for you to be able to put out a night like you did tonight, and to show the coaches that you can do the other stuff well enough, you know, whatever, moving your feet or staying out of foul trouble, whatever, well enough to get on the court long enough to have an offensive rebounding night like you had?
You know, I got out at the beginning of the season, but, you know, that was like a month long, and I was just kept working, been in the weight room, running, playing hard in the G League games I played in. And I feel like it's all was preparation for the night, you know. So I just stayed ready, kept working.
And speaking of, like, keep working, you just played in a game with the Long Island Nets. How did that time with Kessler and Davidson Jr. help prepare you guys for tonight?
You know, I feel like we already got that chemistry. You know, we've been playing for 2 years now. We played 2 summer leagues together. Played last year in G League together, and we played last week. So I feel like chemistry good. You know, I know Kess what he gonna do. I know what Duke gonna do. I know what Cam gonna do. So I just know how to like move on the court when I'm on the court with him. I know when to go set a screen for Cam. I know when he got the mismatch. I know when Duke about to go to the rack. You know, I know when the spots to be in. So I just know, I guess. I can't really tell you.
I know it's not shocking when we see Cam score, but when you see him come and take over offensively like that in a fourth quarter.
When he don't do it, you know, I be mad. Like, bro, you known for getting buckets. Like, when them guys out, it's your time to go get 30. You know, and every time guys out during the crunch, Cam always step up. So, you know, I'm proud of him for that.
Take a look at the next men up. Jacques Vaughn hates that. We mentioned that, but they stayed ready for sure. Cam Thomas with a career-best 33. Ed Sumner with a season-high 21. Kessler Edwards 6 points, 9 boards, and 4 offensive rebounds. And David Duke Jr. chipped in as well with 7 points, 3 boards, and 3 assists. And, you know, you listen to Day'Ron Sharpe there, and it's interesting because he was asked right off the top about, you know, being young. And we're in the NBA. You know, he makes a tremendous point. It's not, we just don't get on the floor. But they did get on the floor tonight. How impactful is this performance if you're that Nets coaching staff and you just saw what you saw tonight?
I think it's very impactful. You know, Day'Ron mentioned, you know, we've remained confident, and it's equally important for your coaches to have confidence in you. And what's been a big part of the conversation around the Brooklyn Nets over the course of the last couple of weeks, it's the heavy minutes for Kevin Durant, and we saw that Royce O'Neal also heavy minutes. So it's important, and it's on the coaches' minds that, all right, we've got to use our bench a little bit more. Today, they were forced into it because of all the guys who weren't playing. So these guys go out there and say, yes, coaches, you need to use your bench a little bit more, and it should be me, and it should be me, and it should be me. And so they took this opportunity and they ran with it. And so this could be a nice growing and launching moment for the Brooklyn Nets in terms of the coaches getting a little bit more confidence. Or maybe it's not the right word because it feels like Jacques Vaughn is confident in the guy, but maybe confidence in themselves to go a little bit more into the bench.
Well, we saw them trail by as many as 14 in the third. We saw them trail by 8 with 7:12 left in the game. And they come back and they win in unbelievable fashion. They win 136 to 133. Rebecca and I have more work to do when we come back after this. We do? She's getting up. She's leaving. If she gets up, we'll all get up. Edmund Sumner, we're going to hear from him when we come back. Win this one by 3. They come all the way back from being down 14, their biggest comeback of the year, and Ed Sumner, Rebecca, got them out to the hot start.
And how important was it for Edmund Sumner to set the tone for this game, not only on the offensive end of the floor? In the first quarter, 5 of 6 from the floor, incredibly efficient, but also defensively, 2 steals in that first quarter alone.
Sumner got it done, as Rebecca said, on both sides of the floor, and it had to be emotional for him going back to playing Indiana for the first time since being a member of the Pacers, and he really showed out, especially in that first quarter, dropping 14 points. He had 21 in the game. That's a season high for him. Kind of had a feeling that that was going to happen. Only scored 3 points in the second half, and moments ago, Sumner spoke about this one with the media.
Edmund, how would you describe the response that it took to pull out this win?
I thought it was great. I thought we faced a little adversity. That group pulled together, got it down to single digits when we got changed the wins to 2-3. I feel like that gave us a great boost. Patty was great out there for us today. I feel like we just stuck with it, you know what I'm saying? Play hard. That was the biggest key for us, just keep playing through it all, the mistakes and everything. And, I mean, it was great to get the win.
And you gave this team a great boost, especially early in that first half and got it going. You told me you're excited about being back in the building. What got you going early, and was it an added, kick because you wanted to get, you're taking on your former team?
I mean, I was excited to play back in here. I haven't played here in a while. Kind of bittersweet because I was injured, but I mean, I was just excited to play. I mean, it's all love here. I don't have no animosity here, but I'm a competitor, so I wanted to come out and compete. Obviously, I didn't get a chance to play last time we played them here, so I definitely, like I told you, I was excited. I got to sleep in my own bed last night, so I mean, it felt like home. I'm not gonna lie.
What gave you guys in this room the confidence that no matter who was out or who was resting?
That's a crazy question. I mean, we all NBA players. That's our confidence. I mean, we play, we gonna win. We don't not expect to win just because a couple guys out. I mean, we all got here for a reason.
But to have 8 players out of the rotation, to be out and taking on a team who, they had a lot of their guys who played, what does it say about the depth that this team is able to show?
I mean, everybody got roles. We got Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant on our team. We're not going to be able to go get 15 shots a night. That's not our role. So when I said early on, be a star in your role. When they're in,
I'm more of a role player. I want to bring the energy on the defensive end. I'm going to be a star in that role. Tonight they were out, so there's more opportunities to be aggressive, try to be a star in that role. Everybody, Cam, be a star in this role. Our role changes daily, and that's just being professional and understanding your role on the team. Like that's the best way to get on the floor. I understand that. So if that's me just playing defense when they're back, I'm going to play defense because I want to play. I want to help us win. Tonight, guys are out. I'm going to step up and try to do a little bit more to help us win. Just like everybody in this locker room. Guys who came from the G League, they came up and did their thing as well. Like everybody role changes constantly. And like I said, I mean, we all in the NBA. We've been grinding all our lives. So us getting more opportunity, it's all just opportunity and more touches, you know what I'm saying? So we all got it. We work hard every day. Everybody's been grinding all summer. So, I mean, it's kind of just a slap in the face. People think you just go lose because guys out. Like, we all are good. And I just hate that, like, people just think when you're not playing or your role is just a little different, like, it changes. And that's part of being a professional. And if you want to grow as a person, like, you got to understand certain situations. And I feel like everybody did a great job tonight understanding that nobody really is playing hero ball. We're just playing free. Cam got hot the second half. We kept going to Cam. I was hot the first half. They kept going to me. So I love the energy we brought today. I love what Patty and Keith brought, the leadership. They stayed on us in huddles and stuff like that. JV instilled a lot of confidence in all of us. So we definitely all appreciate that.
How key was JV going to the zone? I think you guys done.
That was great to switch it up. He said before the game, stay with me. He's going to try a lot of different things, mix it up. And we stuck with it, and it worked out for us.
What's your reaction to seeing the box score, to see how you guys won the offensive glass and just overall the rebounding battle?
I just feel like guys playing hard. Dayron was hitting the glass hard. He started off early. He set the tone for us, him and Keith. And it's just playing hard. But the offensive rebounds really helped us. I mean, it's give us more shots, more opportunities. I think we got one. Patty hit a big three to put us up forward, so that was great.
As we mentioned earlier, Brooklyn's next opponent will be the Wizards. That game is going to come your way from Washington, D.C. Monday night with coverage on Yes and the Yes app beginning at 6:30 on the FanDuel pregame show. The Nets have won each of their first two matchups against the Wizards, including a 42-point blowout in our nation's capital November 4th. And oh, by the way, this is a Wizards team kind of reeling right now, so the Nets are kind of getting the Wizards at a good time.
Yeah, the Wizards have lost now 6 in a row after losing tonight. Bradley Beal's still out with his hamstring injury, and Brooklyn has won 7 of 8. So you have one team that's clearly on their ascent in terms of how they're playing, another team that's struggling a little bit. But, you know, who would have thought coming into tonight that Brooklyn, with all the players that they were missing, would be able to come away with this victory with the pieces that they had? So who knows what's going to happen down in Washington, but certainly one team is on their upward trajectory and the other one is not.
Indiana was undefeated in the second game of back-to-backs. The key word there, boys and girls, was. They're now 5-1 as the Nets win 136-133 over Indiana. That's all for the post-game show. The Pacers went up against a severely shorthanded Brooklyn Nets squad, and they get the job done, and they win it for the 7th time in their last 8 games, as Rebecca just mentioned. Remember, Monday's coverage begins at 6:30. Now for Rebecca and our entire Yes Network team, I'm Chris Sheeran. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody.